Welcome to Healing Together. Healing Together is created to be a resource to you as you embark on and journey through cancer recovery, from being a patient to being a survivor. This video is focused on breathwork, the foundation to healing and health. You will see breathing exercises derived from different yogic lineages. They can be performed while you're sitting, lying down, or in a reclined position. As each technique is shown, you might want to pause the video, try doing it yourself, and then resume watching at your own pace. You might also consider switching positions if you're able to, as you learn the techniques and build your own personal breathing exercise routine. Our deepest, warmest regards to you on your journey to full recovery from cancer. Now let's head over to the studio.
Welcome to some breathwork practices. In yoga, we call the breathwork pranayama. It's the directing of your life force. We're going to do some work together. We'll begin taking some clearing breaths. So from the bottom, take a breath in, draw it all the way to the top. Pause at the top, and then energetically, audibly, let it go. Linger at the bottom, just waiting for the reflexive inhale to land. And then when it's there, you lift your breath. You draw it all the way towards the crown of the head. You pause at the top. And then again, you let it go. One more, just like that. Inhale. Feel the body lengthen, feel the heart lift, draw it all the way to the top. Pause at the top. And then audibly, energetically, let the breath go. And then just return to your natural cadence of breath. We're going to take about 60 seconds just to ground. So wherever you are, lying down, seated, any position, if you're comfortable, lower your gaze, perhaps even close your eyes. And then in your mind's eye, you're going to see an hourglass, a sand clock. The bowl at the top's full of grains of sand, the neck, like your neck, and the bowl beneath holds your heart. So with your eyes lowered or closed, just begin to see all those grains of sand in that top bowl starting to cascade down through the neck and coalesce in the bowl beneath. Thinking of all the chatter and the noise as grains of sand, and see them filter down. And as they filter down from the bowl above and they collect in the bowl beneath, feel the heart fill, feel the mind still and empty. Keep breathing as you continue to visualize those grains of sand cascading down from the top bowl and gathering in the bowl beneath. Feel the chatter diminish. Feel lightness of being. Gather it in the bowl beneath. And as you see the bowl begin to really empty, and the golden grains of sand gather in the bowl, feel the stillness land. Feel grounded. There we go. From here, we're going to do Viloma breath. It's a 3-part inhalation. It's just identifying all the places that move and open and lengthen potentially when you breathe. You can do this seated, hand to belly, hand to heart, or you can lay down in any position that calls to you. And if you lay the back body down, just begin to release the weight of the head, release the shoulders, release the weight of the hips, the sitting bones, long, languid legs, heavy heels. And as you begin to release the weight of the body into the supports beneath you, bring a hand to belly and a hand to chest, heart, sternum. You're going to take a clearing breath in with me. Inhale from the bottom once again. Draw the breath to the top. Pause at the top. And then let the breath go. And then inhale 1/3, fill the belly and pause. Draw the breath towards the heart. Pause there. And then lift the rest of the breath towards the crown of the head. Give it a squeeze, and then let it go. Inhale 1/3 and fill the belly. Draw the breath up towards the heart. Hold there. Lift the rest of the breath towards the top. Pause. And then let it go. Beginning to find the rhythm of a 3-part inhalation. Inhale, fill 1/3 and pause. Lift the breath, the second third. Hold there. Draw the breath all the way to the top and then let it go. And you can reverse this breath. Take a breath from the bottom, fill all the way to the top. Pause at the top and then relinquish 1/3 of the breath and hold there. Let a second third go. Hold. And then fully empty. Inhale, draw the breath from the bottom all the way to the top. Pause. And then again, begin to let go of the breath, 1/3 at a time, feeling the response of the body as the breath diminishes. Or returning and changing the direction, feeling length and openness and space as you punctuate the breath. This is Viloma breath, a 3-part inhalation, and a really good place to begin practice. And now, if you're ready, also lying down, this is perfectly acceptable in any position you choose. This is coherence breath. So this is going to be a breath count in and a breath count out. In an ideal world, we're aspiring for a count of 6 to the minute. But you can adapt it. You can begin with less or more, depending on where you are in your body. This is coherence. It's going to sound like this through mouth or nose. Again, whatever is accessible. Nose breathing is always highly respected, but mouth or nose, I've been a mouth breather my whole life. I promise you, it works either way. So we're going to take a breath count in and then a breath count out. Take a clearing breath with me again. Inhale. Draw it to the top. Feel the spine lengthen, heart lift. Pause. And then let it go. In. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's going to sound like this. Keep emptying all the way to the bottom, and only when you're empty, start to fill, lengthen, lift, draw it all the way up, count in your mind's eye, find the rhythm, anchor to it. Let's do it together. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And so you can do this for a minute, change the count, but just starting to manage full, slow, steady filling all the way to the top, and then equally important, if not more, lean into the exhale. And the reason we lean into the exhale is part of this practice is building up the carbon dioxide. And that in itself releases chemicals in the brain that really help us to nervous system downregulate and also to reduce inflammation and from that, a degree of pain. So lean into the exhales, coherence breath, a really good place to start a breath practice. So we're going to do Brahmari breath. Brahmari in Sanskrit is translated as black bumblebee breath. It's a humming breath, and it's a breath that brings real reverberation to the inside, to the felt sense of the breath. You can just close your eyes and follow me. Classically, and as you build this practice, you may be drawn to this. You can take your thumbs to those fleshy parts of the ear. There's actually aspects, all sorts of points in the ear that are directly connected to the brain, and by lightly pressing down like an acupressure point, you're not only going to enhance the capacity of the breath, but you're going to enhance the capacity to feel the sound you're creating and the reverberation that you're feeling. You can bring the thumbs here. You could lay pointer fingers and second fingers either over your eyelids, between the eyebrows or third eye, whatever's a comfortable place. We're going to take a breath in through mouth or nose. It's going to sound like this. Brahmari breath. You hum all the way to empty, and then you reboot. Keep humming, keep pressing down on the ears, anchor to a rhythm, and then breathing in and then really relishing those long, steady, slow exhales that Brahmari breath facilitates. It really lets you lean into that exhale and hence release and build up that carbon dioxide that's really going to give you a beneficial response. If Brahmari is not your jam, and if perhaps you're in a place in recovery where you're hot, Sitali breath works pretty much the same way. It's a cooling breath. Sitali translates as snake breath. Same concept, long, long exhales with a sound. It sounds like this. Inhale through the mouth or the nose. Bring your tongue to the backside of your front teeth and then hiss your breath out. Sounds like this. As soon as you're empty, draw the breath in and then hiss it out. Notice, if you purse your lips as you draw the breath in, you'll feel cool air entering the warmth of your mouth. You'll feel it all around the gums and tongue, and then you hiss it out. So two different practices, two different creatures, both enhancing your capacity to lean into the exhales, one particularly cooling. The Brahmari breath is great if you're trying to sleep and you can't find rest. 10 or so rounds of Brahmari breath is immensely calming and stilling and has a really good effect on your ability to sleep. So we're going to do circle breath. It's a little more robust. You can do it seated, but again, equally well, you can do it lying down. It's going to feel and sound somewhat as you build the rhythm like a circle. You're going to breathe in from the bottom all the way to full, and as soon as you're full, you're going to let the breath go. And as soon as you're empty, you pull the breath back up, And as soon as you're full, you let it go. It starts to sound like this. Feel it as a circle. Hear it as a circle. Feel that breath looping up. And then falling away. Now you can do it slow and steady. It's a great place to begin. Benefits will immediately be felt. But as you build this practice, the ability to speed up circle breath is also hugely beneficial. You can give it some gusto. Sometimes you get a little bit of lightheadedness, which is why doing it lying down might serve you. It's going to sound perhaps with practice more like this. Circle breath. Give it a go. See how you feel. Always do it with the ability to lie down and the ability to just relax in between the practice. This is called golden thread breath. It's a long breath out, as most of these are, but almost equidistant in the inhale. So you could lower your gaze or close your eyes. Visualization is a piece of this breath. Never underestimate the power of your imagination. You're going to inhale. Fill all the way to the top. And then you're going to spin your exhale out. So inhale, fill all the way to the top, purse your lips, and in your mind's eye, see your breath like a golden thread. See that breath dissipate into the distance as you exhale. And when the thread is gone and the breath is finished, you draw the next breath in. And then you spin it out. Slow and steady, visualizing the breath in your mind's eye, seeing that golden thread dissipate into the ether. And when it's gone, you take the next breath in. You fill, and then you spin that golden thread breath out into the distance. See the golden thread. See it as you let the breath go. See it coil away and dissipate. And then draw the next breath in and spin that golden thread back out.